Was ist los? It is your German boy here, and welcome back to If My Heart Had Wings. Now, the last episode was monumental. We finally did our first test flight, and despite a few hiccups, it went surprisingly well. Like, all of our hard work over the course of the fall and summer semester paid off huge. So, our test flight was successful, and we're gonna do a couple more tweaks and tests to see what else needs to be done. So let's just kind of jump right into it again. So we left off doing a couple tests, as I kind of already said, but let's keep going. The main objective for today was to test the main wings that had just been completed and check the repaired instruments. Also, to give me flight training. Thanks to the work I'd put into the simulator, I was able to control it from the very beginning. I only realized this from flying the real thing, but the simulator that Amane had made gives a pretty realistic feeling of flying. I have to say, that's what I'd expect from her. After adjusting the ailerons, I practiced takeoff and landing and was able to use basic maneuvers. As I came back from the 5th flight, Agaha came over to us.
Otsukare!
I groan as I opened the canopy. It's so ice!
Hoi, mizu!
It looks like if you want to fly this season, Wasser is indispensable.
だいぶ慣れてきたんじゃない？
Yeah, my body's used to being in the cockpit now.
さっきの旋回、すごく綺麗だったわ！着陸も、あまねちゃんよりスムーズだった！葵くんは上達が早いな。
Amane speaks in a way that's hard to interpret whether she's pleased or she's sulking. It would appear as if she still has a complex about her clumsiness. I'm feeling quite worn out. I'm gonna take a little break. Getting back on the ground, my legs are a little unsteady. Rather than actually being tired, being in the air for so long has messed up my sense of balance.
十分テストできたし、続きはお昼を食べた後でいいか。そうしますか。
Good idea. We continue with that line of conversation. Then Kotori says,
さ、ん？私も乗りたい！
Amane looked at me. Nine, I can't let her ride it with me yet. You're the one with the license, Amane.
でも、もう君の方が上手だぞ。
That might be true for just normal flying, but there's no guarantees that there won't be any problems. If something happens, I won't be able to deal with it.
あまねちゃん、操縦してよ。あんた正気？
Agaha responds instinctively, and Amane seems a little hurt. However, when I was sitting in the back seat watching Amane at the controls, I certainly did feel quite nervous.
いいの。命をかけるだけの価値はあると思うから。私たちで作った翼だもんね。
Kotori swallows as she nods.
あ、わかった。じゃあ、ランチの前にもう一度だけ飛ぼうか。やったー！
In her wheelchair, Kotori throws her arms into the air.
じゃあ、私がウィンチ操作します。葵、小鳥を後ろに乗せるから手伝って。
Sure. Agaha and I pick up Kotori and put her in the back seat.
お尻大丈夫？ゆるくない？うん、ちょうどいい感じ。
What's up, Amane?
葵くんが助けてくれないと思うと不安で。気持ちはわかりますけど、後ろの人がもっと不安になるんで。平気よ。
while we continue the preparations, Ageha waits over by the winch. The launch preparations were complete. I gave Ageha the signal to commence the launch.
ワクワクワクワク。ワクワクワクワク。ワクワク。あれ？
The winch isn't moving at all. Hey, what's the problem? Ageha is waving in this direction. The next moment... Oh, shit. Black smoke was coming from the winch.
なんか煙出てる？あ、本当だ。
I'll be back. Just in case, please release the tow rope for now.
了解。
I checked that Amane had released the tow rope, then run over to the winch. Wie geht's?
なんか壊れちゃったみたい。
That sucks. Looking at the black smoke rising up like a signal beacon, Ageha called out, completely at a loss as to what to do.
ダメだ。壊れてる。
Amane sounded like she was in complete despair as she looked inside at the winch, which was covered in oil.
そんな。
Kotori, who really wanted to fly, was downhearted. It looked like one of the parts in the dilapidated old machine had broken and we could no longer use it.
発行前でよかったわ。離陸途中で故障してたら大事故になってたかも。
Amane nods as if to say, "You're right." Can this be fixed?
自力では難しいだろうな。業者に修理を依頼しないと。結構時間かかるんじゃないですか？1日や2日じゃ無理だろうな。
For a start, even getting someone to come and get such a bulky machine would be a tough job in and of itself. To tell the truth, I'm more worried about the costs than the time it will take.
ってことは、今日のテストはここまでだ。
Sitting in her wheelchair, Kotori goes white with shock. Shit. I guess now we gotta try to figure out how to get that winch engine fixed. That might take a bit of a while. Oh. Anshan got one of his contacts to repair the broken winch. It's an old model, and there was rattling with some other parts, so he said the repairs will take at least a week. We were so busy until yesterday. Now, suddenly, we have nothing to do. We're all... completely devastated. It's not like there's nothing at all for us to do. Before I forget the feeling of actually flying, I go back to the simulator, and as always, Amane goes back to looking at the drawing board. Kotori opened up a book that she borrowed from the library and started to check something.
ただいまー。アイス買ってきたよー。
Ageha, who'd lost our game of rock, paper, scissors, had come back from buying ice cream. She gives out to everyone.
小鳥、何読んでんの？ちょっとね、モーニンググローリーのことを調べてるの。私らの最終目標って空飛ぶことじゃないもん。
At some point, the test flight had become our objective, but that was really just a milestone. To go above the clouds was our true objective. We also need to do that this summer. After she had finished giving out the ice cream, she dug into her own and slumped down in the chair.
ほんとなら今頃、テスト三昧だったのにな。
There's nothing we can do about it right now, though. We can't fly without the winch. It feels that the simulator isn't really enough. Why don't you do your homework or something while you have the chance?
もう終わったよ。
Wow, that was quick. When did she have enough spare time to even do that?
うちらさ、夏らしいことなんもやってないよね。夏祭りもいつの間にか終わっちゃったし。
That's because we've been in the garage the whole time. If I had to say, the only kind of summer activity we did was eating that watermelon.
なんか夏っぽいことしたーい。ねえ、どっか泳ぎに行こうよ。
Where can we go? Everyone's gonna be at the pool and the beach, so they'll all be jam-packed.
学校のプールは、水泳部が絶賛練習中だったしな。
She must have seen that on the way back from the store and felt that she wanted to do it too.
そうだ、あるじゃん、泳げるところ。
Oh? You mean that place? As soon as she said it, I knew what she meant.
行こう、泳ぎに、これから。
Standing up quickly, she turns around to look at Amane and Kotori.
ダメ、無理。なんで？だって、学校指定の水着しか持ってないもん。私はそれさえ持ってないぞ。プールの授業を最後に受けたのはいつだったかな。そんなの、これから買いに行けばいいんですよ。
And that's why, being pushed into it by Ageha, it was hurriedly decided that we'd be going swimming this afternoon. Well, there's nothing wrong with that, I guess. It is the summer holiday after all. We're not so lazy that we'd willingly let it go to waste. In the afternoon, we stopped off at the dormitory. This place is closer to where we want to go. Okay guys, have you got everything? Alright, let's go. Feeling like I was leading the outing, I took everyone with me as we left the dormitory. Our destination was...
こんな場所があったんだ。地元民も知らない穴場スポットよ。
This looks like a cool place to set up. This was no beach resort. It was the shore of the lake. There was sand beneath our feet, the water was nice, we could swim there, and like Agaya said, being off the beaten track meant that most people didn't know about it. It's surrounded by forest and cliffs, so it can't be seen from the surrounding area.
面白い場所だな。
Seeing the waterfront, Hat flaps his wings happily.
子供の頃、ここら辺を探検してて発見したんだよね。
This was our secret place where we'd come to play.
早く着替えて泳ぎましょう。
Looking at the waterfront made her get excited just like Hat.
あっちのくぼみなら周りから見えないよ。
Said Agha. She pushed Kotori's wheelchair along. Because of the sand, if she didn't do that, Kotori would be able to go forwards.
葵くん、こっち来ちゃダメだからね。
Okay, I get it. You've always got such a big maw.
あんたも一応男の子だから、あっちで待ってなさい。
She yelled as she threw Hat back to where he was before. Well then, I'll get changed too, I guess. We launch into an obligatory beach episode. When I say get changed, all I mean is that I'm already wearing my swimming shorts. Hat looks like he really wants to go. I thought that once in a while he'd like to swim in a big wide open place like this, so I brought him along, and it seems like he's enjoying it. Just hold on a bit longer. Everyone will be back soon. It's amazing that the duck actually understands us. I waited with Hat for a while, then the girls came back from the shadows of the hollow. Wait, what? Wearing the new swimsuits they had just bought. Yep, here we go.
水着なんて久しぶりだな。
You really are, after all.
何それ。ひどい、そんな感想。そうだそうだ。
Okay, es tut mir leid. Usually you don't... I continue to make these kinds of shitty comments, but I can't help it if it's true. I spent basically all day, every day with them, so I didn't really make the distinction between boys and girls anymore. But...
今は感じてるってことだね。ほう。
Moving on. They really do seem, or rather, I'm being made to notice. Devious. Utterly devious. I usually don't know.
それではここでお約束の質問タイム。
No, wait, that's
誰の水着が一番気に入りましたか？
a loaded question. Agha surprised me with a really direct question. Like, why are you like this? Why are you like this? All of them are aware, seem to be making poses. Looks like I won't be able to just bluff my way out of this one. What a... Oh god. And the game's actually making us choose. Oh my god, why? Why, game? Fuck. Fuck. Well, I guess we just gotta barrel right in. I mean, yeah, I mean, fuck it. Maybe Kotori's actually. Oh, we Kotori's stunned and instantly goes bright red.
よかったじゃないか、小鳥。葵くんが褒めてくれたぞ。しゃあないか。小鳥かわいいもんね。
Ageha, you absolutely...
エッチな目で見ないで。
What sort of a response is that? So, I praise her, but I'm in a worse position than before?
まあまあ、
There's no way.
小鳥ちゃんなりに
There's no way we're gonna
照れ
win.
隠ししてんのよ。
Kotori's bright red face looks down at the ground. And... the no-holds-barred question time ended without incident. Thank God. So now it's time to forget all about it and just go swimming for a while. After completing my warm-up exercises, I go to work on inflating the rubber ring.
いらないって、そんなの。子供じゃないんだからね。
Keinweg. It'll be a big problem for me if you drown, you know. We can't have that happening. That...
そうだよ。水の事故は怖いんだから。
I should know.
そんなのいらないのに。
Trust me, Kotori, I should know. I almost drowned once when I was 3. It still stays with me to this day. Pretty soon, you'll be glad we got the rubber ring from the bottom of your heart. Just trust me. As I speak quietly but with a hidden meaning, she gives me a suspicious look. Alright, finished. I put the inflated rubber ring over Kotori's head. Hold on tight. Don't let go, okay?
じゃあ、行きますか。
Ageha and I lifted up Kotori together.
どこ連れてく気
Even though the waterfront is close by, we head in a completely different direction.
いいから。
What are we doing? Then, we climbed on top of a big rock at the bottom of the cliff. By now, it seems that Kotori has realized what we have in store for her.
何する気かな
Don't worry, it's really deep down there.
だから何思いっきり飛び込んでも平気ってこと
With big grins on our faces, we swing Kotori's body like a pendulum.
いやー、人殺し
Here we go! Eins, zwei... As we throw Kotori with all our strength, she flies through the air in an upward curve. The water sprays out like a torpedo. It exploded.
おお、さすが小鳥っていうだけあって派手に飛んだわね。
Yep, she flew pretty nicely. From out of the ripples in the water, Kotori emerged, still holding tightly to her rubber ring. Hey, you okay?
生きてる楽しいもう一回
Kotori waved both hands like she was calling for an encore. Next is a jump of S difficulty, a triple aerial twist moonsault. As we get down from the rock to go and get Kotori, there was Amane, waiting with a sparkle in her eyes.
次は私の番だね。
Huh? You wanna do it too?
先輩、高所恐怖症なんじゃ。このくらいなら平気だ。
There's no way we could refuse when she has such an expectant look in her eyes. There's nothing we can do about that, so Ageha and I lift up Amane as well. The reason...
あまねちゃんもやるの？かか
Get out of the way! It's dangerous there!
行きますよ、先輩
Eins, zwei, drei! Amane flew through the air. Her trajectory was a little lower than Kotori's. This time the splash was like a direct hit from a torpedo. Kotori and Hat let out noises as the splashing water hits. Amane, are you alright?
あれ
Oh shit. Amane?
あまねちゃん
Kotori starts desperately paddling towards her, and as she thrusts her hand into the Wasser, Amane's face appears. Then she clings onto Kotori's rubber ring.
沈むうわ、ちょっと暴れないで
Hang on, I'll be right there! I jump in and go rescue them both. That was fucking cool.
死ぬところだった。泳げないことをすっかり忘れていたよ。笑い事じゃないでしょ、あまねちゃん。
You can't swim, so why did you want to do it?
だって小鳥が楽しそうだったんだ。それに、もしかするとパイロットスキルの訓練になるかもと思って。
I don't think it would help with that.
私、後でもう一回ね。
Okay, let's do it.
じゃあ私も。
Bruh. You can't do it.
シュン。
Have you already forgotten what just happened? This is a game that we often used to play.
小さい頃さ、これやってホタルが泣いたよね。
We were quite ruthless back then. Masatsugu would be close to tears too. However, this is one of those rites of passage, and it's what helps kids grow up, maybe. Well, we started things off all of a sudden in a kind of a childish way, but we were enjoying summer activities in our own way. Recently, I haven't really been all that active, so I was just swimming around the place. Kotri entrusted herself to the rubber ring, floating on the water with Hat alongside her, while Ageha and Amane were building sandcastles. Those two really do like making things.
気持ちいいわね。
Kotri murmured with half her body floating in the water of the beach.
水の中にいると体が軽くて煩わしくなくていいわ。
She's always in her wheelchair, so even moving a short distance can be quite troublesome. In the water, her legs don't feel so heavy. Hat's happy at being able to swim around as much as he likes. I passed by the two of them as I returned from my long-distance swims, then got out of the water and sprawled out on top of the sand. Whew. Sure I'm worn out after that.
おかえり。えらい遠くまで行ってたわね。
It's been a while since I did any exercise. Feel like I've lost some stamina.
にしても、すごい足してるわね。
Murmured Ageha as she looked. Oh, it's because I used to cycle.
見てよ小鳥。あんたのウエストくらいあるわよ。失礼ね。私そんなに太くないわよ。
As she's...
何よ。
9. Oh.
ふっくらだと小鳥が遅すぎんの。
Oh God.
アゲハはおやつを控えるべきね。
Kotri spoke in a serious tone to Hat.
はあ。おのれ。スタイルといえば。
Both girls stared straight at Amane, who was relaxing in the shade of a tree. She was in the water just now. Oh God.
出るとこ出てて。引っ込むべきとこは引っ込んでる。やっぱりあまね、そうだそうだ。何のことかな？美人でスタイル良くて、ちょっと天然入ってるけど、そこもなんか愛嬌あってずるい。スタイルといえば、葵くんが一番じゃないか？
That came completely out of the blue. Mish?
ちょっと立ってみてくれないか？
Bist du verrückt? I do as she says and stand up.
確かに。本当だ。
Can you stop looking at me like that? It's kind of embarrassing, actually.
いいじゃない。減るもんじゃなし。
You say that to me, but if I stared at you, you'd get angry, wouldn't you?
それは男子はエッチだからよ。私らは違うもんね。
Sexist.
ね
So it's okay, cause they're girls then? Double standards.
スラッと細いくせに筋肉質で、なんかいい体って感
Don't
じ。
say it like that. Stop gawking, please.
ちょっとこっち来て。
I go to Kotori, she beckons me over.
ちょっと触っていい？ クイックセーブでき
And
たわ
there we
よ。
go. I float on the surface of the water along with Hat, who had followed me, and it seemed to soothe my herz.
体中ぬるぬる。早くシャワー浴びたい。車椅子が砂でジャリジャリする。
We played at the lake until sunset, then went back to the dormitory.
楽しかった。グワグワ。そうか、ハットも楽しかったか。
Amani seems satisfied as she speaks to Hat. I was worried that swimming in the lake might not really appeal to Amani, so I'm really glad she enjoyed it. While having a lively chat, we go through the gate and see someone at the entrance.
小鳥ちゃん、ひばりね。
It was Hibari.
よかった。誰もいなくて鍵もかかってたし、携帯に電話しても出てくれないから。ごめん、気づかな。ぐわ。
Kotori groans as she looks at the call history on her cell phone. She had an unbelievable amount of missed calls from Hibari.
心配したんだから。どこ行ってたの、小鳥ちゃん。
Sorry, I went to swim at the lake with everyone.
泳ぎに？
Hibari seemed puzzled as she looked at Kotori. It looks like Kotori going swimming was completely unexpected.
そうだったんだ。
We didn't think that Hibari was coming today. It's always quite sudden, but usually either I or Kaneko are in the dormitory. However, since yesterday, Kaneko has been back at her house. Everyone's now on their Obon holiday. I unlock the entranceway door. Please, come on in.
今日はここで。もう行かなくちゃいけないの。
She says and looks back at Kotori.
小鳥ちゃんは帰らないのよね。お父さんも母さんも小鳥ちゃんに会いたがってたわ。いい、帰らない。ここにいる方が楽しいもん。小鳥ちゃん、そうよね。こんなにたくさんお友達もできたし。ごめんね、ひばりね。後で電話だけしてあげてね。わかった。水瀬さん、小鳥ちゃんのことよろしくお願いします。
Yeah, I'm keeping an eye on her, so please feel safe with the knowledge that everything's alright on your way home, okay? What do you mean, keep an eye on me? Grumbled Kotori.
それから、これ。
She takes out a great big styrofoam box and opens the lid. Inside it,
おー！お肉だ！お中元でいただいたの。どうぞ皆さんで食べてくださいね。さすがひばりさん！お肉、お肉！
this is the second time for Ageha and Amani to meet Hibari. Since we started camping, Hibari has been to the dormitory a few times.
それじゃあ行くわね、小鳥ちゃん。またね。お父さんとお母さんによろしく。第1回焼肉争奪紙飛行機大会！
Ageha declared the opening in a loud voice. It's a competition, as the name suggests. It's an anything goes contest where we all make a paper airplane and the person whose plane flies the furthest gets to eat the best meat. The reason why we're doing this is because the meat that Ibari brought over varies in type and size. It says beef, pork, chicken, as well as the various cuts of meat, and if we were to divide it evenly amongst everyone, there would only be a small amount for each person. Beef! I want to eat a belly full of loin and ribs. With these insisted, so that's why the first competition of this type has been hastily arranged. The discipline chosen is the paper airplane, which embodies the peaceful spirit of the soaring club.
この戦いだけは負けられない。ふふふん、アゲハちゃんスペシャルを見せてやるわ。
Everyone starts work unfolding their paper airplanes. We aren't using construction kits like the ones that Kotoru used before in the garage. These are just the regular paper planes made from a single piece of paper. We come up with our own ways of folding them, and the paper airplanes that we make are all different shapes. Everybody's serious about this. The meat and our pride are on the line. Have you finished?
できたわ。オッケー。私もだ。
We all bring the paper airplanes we made and stand next to each other in a line. We'll throw them at the same time when the signal's given. There'll be no complaining about the results.
前置きはいいから早く始めましょう。もうお腹ペコペコだ。どうせ勝つのは私だけどね。
Alright, get ready. Everybody has a serious look on their face. We all throw our paper airplanes at the same time. The 4 paper airplanes cut through the darkness of the night.
いけー！よし、いいぞ！頑張れ！
This looks bad. The first one to fall was Amane's. It wobbled ungracefully as it flew, then suddenly lost speed and crashed to the ground.
あう、お肉が。
The next paper airplane to fall was mine. Kotori and Ageha's were the only ones left, so it was now a 2-horse race.
もうちょい、頑張れ！よしよし、いいぞ！もう少し！
Amane and I, who are now spectators, watched the battle with nervous anticipation. The 2 paper airplanes, with a feeling of being almost completely weightless, flew right over the garden. Can paper airplanes really fly this far, is what I thought as I watched on, impressed. It was a close finish.
やったー！優勝！こんなのずるい！
Hey! I just said no complaining. Ageha protests. While getting close to the ground, both of their planes were still increasing their flight distance. However, just as they were grazing the ground, Ageha's plane got caught on the shrubbery. It felt like Ageha would have won if there were no obstructions, though.
見苦しいわよ、アゲハ。コース選択も駆け引きのうちよ。
That's alright, isn't it? The second place person still gets to eat the beef.
そうだぞ。私なんか。
Amane looks down at her own plane, dejected.
さあ、食堂に戻ってご飯にしましょう。
Fat from the meats flying off the hot plate.
おかしいな。一番飛ぶ折り方をしたはずなのにな。
Amane slowly eats her chicken while continuing to act all downhearted. Things like that can happen, you know. The 4 paper airplanes from just now are lined up next to the hot plate. The one I made was just the mediocre regular type. Kotori's had worked on the tips of hers a little, and the back of the wings were bent slightly, probably to give it more lift. Ageha's was folded somewhat more elaborately than Kotori's. Then there was Amane's. I could possibly imagine how she folded it, but it was a pretty complicated shape.
確かにこの折り方が最強ですけど、うわ、雑。こんなの飛ぶわけないじゃん。
Amane puts her hands to her chest and hangs her head. It would appear that the reason why she lost is not because there was a problem with the design, but rather her clumsiness when it came to making it. Ageha's plane seemed like it should be able to fly well, and Kotori's plane was well devised and was also precisely folded.
いいんだいいんだ。どうせ私なんてダメなんだ。
She looks on with envy at the beef loin and ribs that Kotori and Ageha were eating.
このカルビおいしい。こっちのロースも最高。ザ焼肉って感じよね。
I've wanted to eat the beef too, but to be honest, anything is okay. The pork and chicken were really tasty though. We ate our dinner while chatting excitedly. On the TVs had been left on to a program called Japan Rocks the World had just started. It's a program that covers Japanese people who are active in various fields.
あまね先輩も将来この番組に出るかもしれませんね。あまねちゃん、テレビに出して大丈夫かしら。きっと変な発言するわよ。それがいいんじゃないの？先輩美人だし、テレビ映えするよ。
As they sit there saying these things right in front of her, they turn their focus back to the TV. A middle-aged man with a beard and white coat appears.
わあ、この人知ってる。なんとかってバクテリアからバイオ燃料を生成する技術を発明した人だよね。確か。発明家ってさ、変な人多いよね。奇人変人っていうの？
I've seen this guy several times on TV. He developed the technology that Ageha just mentioned and has been applied to things that we're familiar with in our daily lives. He's pretty odd, an eccentric weirdo, as Kotori put it. However, at the same time, he's famous for his outspoken remarks, and can sum up things like environmental issues with a simple statement, so he is quite thrilling to watch.
私、この人好きだな。ちょっと天然入ってて、愛嬌あるしね。そうね。なんか、誰かに似てる気がする。父だ。
Damn! Amane, who'd been focused on eating, mumbled as she lifted her head.
何が？ほら、今テレビに映っている。
Damn! Everyone looks back at the TV again. There on the screen it said Takashi Mochizuki, inventor.
もちづき。嘘！
Speaking of which, I have a feeling she said her dad was an inventor. So that man is Amane's dad?
ああ、そうだ。おかしいか？
Is that weird? I'm not sure what you'd call it. He's really famous, though. Bewildered, everyone looks at the TV, then compares what they see to Amane, biting into her pork, and looks up, then happily says, "Oh?"
トントロにはわさび醤油が合うな。あ、今！あまねちゃん、映った！
Behind Mr. Mochizuki, who was being interviewed, there was a glimpse of a girl in a white coat.
ああ、父の仕事を手伝った時のものだな。そういえば、テレビの取材があるって張り切っていたな。
She speaks like she's talking about things that happened to someone else while stuffing herself with pork and then says, "Oh," again.
今、父が紹介している発明品は、私が設計したものだぞ。
I recognize the invention that Takashi is proudly introducing. It was a hot topic for a while. It sold really well and was on the morning news.
グライダー制作の費用は、それらの特許収入から出しているんだ。
She explains it like it's completely normal, but...
どうりで資金が潤沢なはずだわ。普段ボケボケってしてるけど、あまねちゃんって本当はすごい人だったのね。
Recently, I'd been around her all the time, so I just thought of her as a strange girl, but she really is an incredible person. I go a little pale when I think about whether or not it's alright to throw someone like that off the top of a rock.
私は引退したら、ここの研究所に入って、父の仕事を手伝うことになっている。留年を重ねたせいで、父には随分迷惑をかけてしまった。
Once again, on the screen, there was Amane helping her father. She's good looking, so she looks great on TV. However, the others were no longer making a fuss about it. It all seems strangely real now they were confronted with what Amane would look like after she quits.
あまねちゃん、これ。
Kotori put a piece of grilled beef rib on Amane's dish.
いいのか？これもどうぞ。
Ageha gave her some beef loin.
ありがとう。やったー！牛肉だー！
Now that the topic of her leaving the school had unexpectedly come up, there was a feeling of sadness around the dinner table. And you know what? I think I'm gonna go ahead and leave it off here, cause, you know, just till next time, it's been your German boy with a frozen camera. Auf Wiedersehen.